Good afternoon and welcome to New Bedford High School, where today the New Bedford Cable Network is proud to present boys soccer. Today it's the rivalry as New Bedford High takes on Durfee. Almost identical records. New Bedford coming into the game at 6-3-4. Durfee is 6-3-3. New Bedford and Durfee played earlier this year in Fall River. It was September 21st, and that game ended in a 1-1 tie. So we'll see if we face a similar fate today or if one of the teams could rally. New Bedford last played on Monday. A 2-0 win in Foxborough. Carlence Jean-Pierre and Diogo Tavares each had a goal in that game. Durfee, they played on Tuesday as they played to a 2-2 tie at Dartmouth High School. Good afternoon, I'm Pete Braley, and welcome to the game today. Jonathan Darling wrote a piece for the Standard Times recently where he said the New Bedford boys are peaking at just the right time. They started off slow this season, but the Whalers have not lost since Brockton beat them 2-0 back on September 26. Since then, 4 wins and 2 ties. Senior captain Troy Rocha acknowledging that they started off sloppy, his words, but they have been getting better every day. So we'll see what happens today here at New Bedford High School. We're playing on the grass field, and I'm told it's in pretty good shape. It's pretty dry. Although I understand we have some rain coming in this weekend that might wet the surfaces here, but I've been told by a staff member that they all drain pretty well. New Bedford will take the kick, and we're underway here this afternoon from the Manny Matos Memorial Field. New Bedford in their red home uniforms. Durfee in the white. Whalers going right to left on your screen, and Durfee going left to right. This will be a throw-in for the Hilltoppers. In goal for New Bedford, the keeper, Nelson Molina, a junior. He's opposed by another junior for Durfee, that is Xavier Inacio. Beautiful afternoon here. We start out to 62 degrees at game time with the wind out of the south at about 10 miles an hour. This is Alfonso Amaral for New Bedford, trying to advance the ball past midfield. Throw in for the Whalers. 2 40-minute halves in high school soccer. Scoreboard clock in operation till about, they usually freeze it at about, some schools do it at the 5-minute mark, some do it at the 2-minute mark. And at that point, the time is kept on the field by the official. We have 3 officials working today's game. Throw in by the Whalers, neither team with a shot on goal yet in the early moments. We'll do our best to identify players as your announcer and your cameras are looking right into the sun here this afternoon. As the kick towards the net goes a little wide, but it is stopped by Molina, or rather stopped by Inacio. Boot all the way across field. And the Hilltoppers with the first opportunity and a shot and a block by Molina. Goal kick out to midfield. On the near side of the field, this is Lance Borsico, who is a senior forward for Durfee. And a throw-in for the Hilltoppers. Near side in the corner, poked out of bounds again. And that sets up our first corner kick of the afternoon. Center towards the net, booted away by the Whalers. This is Gilberto Correa, boots it across field. Foot race between the Whalers and the Hilltoppers, and it'll be New Bedford ball. 36-20 to go here in the first half. Whalers trying to get something going here in the early moments. That was Nicholas Rosa, who gets it off to Carlos Jean-Pierre. He's been one of the scorers for the Whalers this season. Really picked up his game in the last few weeks. Back come the Hilltoppers, and this is Ferreira. But it rolls to Molina. And a goal kick. Whistle on the Whalers. That sets up for a free kick for Durfee. It appears Gilberto Correa will take that. Correa, Cavallo, number 11. Around the ball as the official gets everybody set. Not sure what the discussion is about. New Bedford might be asking what they did to get the penalty. Shot by Correa is stopped by Molina. New Bedford still looking for their first shot on goal of the afternoon. Durfee trying to get something going, a little give and go. That was too far in front of Lenz Borsico. And we'll have a goal kick by New Bedford. Molina will just dish it off. And it goes out of bounds over near the benches. New Bedford throw in. And the Whalers look to get something in the zone. This is Nicholas Rosa. Centers it. Kept alive. And a possibility. As the goalie has gone down, Inacio is slow to get up, gets a little help from a teammate. Collision over by the net and a throw in by New Bedford. This is Correa. Over to Jean-Pierre. Shot blocked and picked up by Inacio. Xavier Inacio, the junior goalkeeper for Durfee. Inbound to Rosa. Durfee comes away with it, and this is Damas. Whalers looking to get something here. This is Pereira. Gets it over to Rosa, who goes down, but no whistle. And the Hilltoppers come back Foot race, but kicked away by Molina. Durfee works it on the far side of the field, but a whistle against New Bedford. 31-30. With 31-35 to go here in the first half. Thank you for joining us for New Bedford and Durfee boys soccer. As we mentioned, pretty similar records for both squads. New Bedford at 6-3-4, Durfee at 6-3-3. A shot all the way towards the net and a header, but that goes out of bounds, and we'll have a goal kick for the Whalers. New Bedford with 3 losses on the year. They lost to Wellesley, Attleboro, and Brockton. Durfee also with 3 losses. They lost to Dartmouth, Somerset, Berkeley, and Brockton. Brockton, a tough team this year. They are 6-0, I believe, in the SEC. Pass picked off by New Bedford, but Durfee applying the pressure. That boot by Correa goes out of bounds. And Nelson Molina with a goal kick just passes it off to a defender. Throw in by the Whalers. New Bedford still looking for their first shot on goal this afternoon. Whalers had it taken away. There's a kick that's stopped by Molina. Durfee tough in the New Bedford zone. Throw in by Durfee. This is Gilbert Correa. Sends it toward the net. Body's going down, but it's sent wide and blocked by New Bedford's defense. And we have a player down. He walks it off and we continue playing. 28:30 to go. Deflected out of bounds and a Durfee throw-in. Got a turn to get the kickoff, but it was deflected by New Bedford's defense. Hilltoppers with the ball on the far side of the field. Booted away by New Bedford. Header by Sokol for Durfee. And the Hilltoppers keep the pressure on. Centering pass, nobody was there. And a turnover out of bounds. We'll have a throw in for New Bedford. Referee backs him up a few more yards. Durfee's right there to take it away. Ball has spent quite a bit of time in the New Bedford end of the field. Durfee with 3 shots on goal so far. Cavallo gets it away. Blocked by New Bedford. And a throw in by Borsico. Whalers trying to work it downfield. Got past a few Durfee defenders, but they end up with the ball. This is Borsico again. Crowd disagrees, but it's ruled that it's Durfee's ball. Last touch by New Bedford. Gilberto Correa. Shot partially blocked by Carlence Jean-Pierre. Whistle against Durfee and New Bedford. We'll have a free kick. Good boot downfield. But quickly turned around by Durfee. This is Ferreira, number 17. Opportunity for Jean-Pierre, but it was poked away by Durfee. And Troy Rocha, the senior captain. Goes down. We'll see who the whistle's called on. 25 minutes in the first half. That whistle was against Durfee. Gabriel Ferreira. So New Bedford with the free kick. Bedford trying to get control of the bouncing ball. Crossfield, that's Evan Cavallo. Tried to get a pass off to a teammate. He stays with it, though. He came right back into the action. Lends Borsico over to Correa. Boots it into the corner, and that goes out of bounds over by the sign, recognizing the Manny Matos Memorial Field. We have a timeout with 23:52 left in the first half. Here at New Bedford High School on this Thursday afternoon. We mentioned how Brockton is in first place in the SEC standings. I was wrong. I mentioned they were 6-0. They're 6-1. So they are human. They have lost one. Brockton leads the SEC at 6-1. New Bedford is in second place in the conference at 4-1-1. Durfee is in third place at 2-2-2. Dartmouth in fourth place, 2-4-1. And Bridgewater Raynham brings up the rear with a record of 0-6. New Bedford has scored 20 goals on the season. They got off to a slow start. Only 5 of those goals were scored in the month of September. Then they put up 4 against Rockland, 5 against Bridgewater Raynham. They have allowed 12 on the year. For Durfee, they have 31 goals scored this season compared to New Bedford's 20. And they have allowed 20. So on paper, pretty evenly matched, but I would think you'd give the advantage so far this afternoon to Durfee, even though the scoreboard doesn't reflect that. Durfee has had 3 shots on goal. Bedford still waiting for their first. But we have spent quite a bit more time in the New Bedford end of the field with Durfee on offense than we have the other way. Coming back out of the timeout, we had a 4 o'clock start today. The game was originally scheduled for 6, but then moved up to 4. You might hear the wind in the microphones, about a 10-mile-an-hour wind. It is blowing from left to right, but really should not have too much of an impact on the ball on today's game. Action back underway. And again, Gilberto Correa, who's been number 10 for Durfee, has been very involved in the first half action. Bedford trying to break it out, but that was Flores who picked off that pass. Durfee throw in. Blocked by the Whalers. Out of bounds, and our second corner kick of the afternoon. There have been 2 for Durfee, none yet for New Bedford. That header goes behind the nets, and we'll have another corner. I was talking to a soccer coach recently about corner kicks, and he said statistically there really aren't that many goals scored off corner kicks. He didn't have the official numbers, but booted away by the Whalers. Statistically, very few goals are scored off corner kicks, but he said there's just so much excitement because bodies and the ball in front of the net makes people think it's going to happen. Whalers trying to break it out. That's Rosa, and number 7 is Kevin Herrera. Hard hit, whistle sounds. Solko goes back to make sure Herrera's okay. Kevin gets up and walks it off. Senior Kevin Herrera. With the kick. Towards the net. Off to the far side of the field. Herrera might have lost his footing there. Sends it back to Correa. Over to Diego Tavares. Right along the far sideline, taken away by Durfee. So a couple of minutes of pressure in the Durfee end. Whalers try to capitalize again. Send that one back to Ignacio. "20 minutes left to play here in the first half." That kick is picked up by Molina, who just rolls it to his teammate. Whalers with a shot that is stopped by Ignacio. Kevin Herrera with the first shot on goal this afternoon. Took a good part of the first half to get that. Stopped by Rosa. A little give and go. This is Nicholas Rosa. Looking for help. And the referee's going to say it's Durfee ball, something New Bedford can't believe. Nicholas Rosa talking with the referee. Getting an explanation, I guess, as to why there was off him and not off the Durfee player. Time is stopped for the explanation. And now we're back in action. They're on by Durfee and a push by New Bedford. Sets up a free kick for Gilberto Correa. The ball's played well over his head. Timed that perfectly. And along the sideline, Lenz Borsico. And we got a whistle for 3 subs coming in for New Bedford. 18 minutes left. Troy Rocha coming in for Rosa. This will be a throw-in by Jose Correas. Missed attempt at the header by Rocha. That's a whistle against New Bedford. So Durfee with the free kick. Took that one right in the face, I think. Durfee boots it into the New Bedford zone, but Nelson Molina will let that roll out of bounds. And set up a goal kick with 16:45 to go. Actually, that was Captain Gabriel Peixoto who took the kick. Throw in for Durfee by Evan Cavallo. To Correa. Over to Sokol. Down into the corner and out of bounds. It was too far, leading Lenz Borsico. Captain Peixoto, the senior, will take the kick. The wind might have held that one up a little bit as it was coming right into the wind. Sounds like our referee is starting to lose his patience here this afternoon. As I believe I heard him say, tired of telling you that. This is Cavallo with a boot. Into the corner, tried to center it, but picked off by New Bedford. Still in play. And kicked out by the Whalers. 14:25 to go in the first half. As Durfee brings in a substitute. This will be a corner kick from the far side of the field. Ball goes wide and out of bounds. Corner kick number 4 on the afternoon for Durfee. None yet for New Bedford. Looks like Molina will take the goal kick, or maybe it's Peixoto. Peixoto from in the net. Gets that on to midfield before it's headed by a couple of hill toppers. Kick by Freitas was picked up by Molina. Borsicult in the corner. Gilberto Correa hits it right into a Whaler. Trying to turn, blocked by the Whalers. Still with it is Cavallo. The Hilltoppers with an opportunity. The kick blocked by Molina. What a save. Got to be the best attempt so far that we've seen by Durfee this afternoon, and the Hilltoppers have put the pressure on. That kick will sail high. You saw the stop made by Nelson Molina. Durfee with 4 shots on goal in this half. The Whalers with only 1. Peixoto. And that seems to be being held up by the wind. About 10 miles an hour coming left to right. And the past couple of times when Peixoto has booted that towards midfield, it does sort of hang up for a couple of seconds. 11:45 to go in the first half. No score. This is Kava Damas, who is a sophomore for Durfee. Gets a free kick. He just passes it off. A little give and go. Gets it back. Avoids contact with the player. But Durfee keeps it in. The boot is high and over the net. That attempt, I believe, was by Damas. And we'll see if Peixoto's kick hangs up. That one, not so much. Durfee once again tries to keep in their zone. Borsicult with the give and go. He's got a chance for the sliding save by Molina. Whalers have not been able to get it into the Durfee zone in the past few minutes. An opportunity here. Whalers working it downfield. Good footwork. Centering pass, but Durfee's right there. And the whistle for substitutions as the Whalers send. Looks like just one substitute this time. Throw in for New Bedford. Correa dishes it off on the far side. Oh, he was aiming for Lenz Borsicult, who was breaking towards the net, but it was a little far in front of him, led him too far. And a throw-in for the Whalers. Correction, goal kick. Captain Gabriel Peixoto, who's booted quite a few of them downfield. It seems every time he does, it's met by a Durfee head. Cavallo over to Borsicult. Throw in for New Bedford. And that was intended for Troy Rocha. One of the New Bedford captains. New Bedford with 3 captains this year. Troy Rocha, number 10, number 4, Gabriel Peixoto, and number 18, Carter Barboza. 10 on 10 there is Correa for the Hilltoppers. Was able to keep it going. Blocked by New Bedford. Well, pushing and shoving, that'll be a call. Oh, we have a player down. The whistle was called for against Carlence Jean-Pierre. He's getting up slowly. He's already signaled the bench that he might need to be seen here. We mentioned Jean-Pierre had one of the 2 goals for New Bedford's win on Monday in Foxborough. Now Carlence, the sophomore, is going to limp off. And a free kick for Durfee. 7:32 left in the first half. No score. Durfee with a possibility, an option here, and a kick towards net, and blocked again by Molina. He's having an excellent afternoon. He's turned away 6 shots so far by Durfee, and they keep the pressure on. Cavallo over in the corner. And a whistle against Durfee. Whalers with a free kick. Troy Rocha trying to turn it and passes it directly to Cavallo from Durfee. Durfee likes that give and go. Tried to set something up with Gilberto Correa, but could not do it. Poked away by the Whalers. That was Herrera trying to get something going. Durfee defender Matthew Almeida sends it downfield and out of bounds. Sets up another goal kick for the Whalers with 5:45 to go. Captain Peixoto. Line drive kick. Just shy of midfield, but again, back comes Durfee. This is Gilberto Correa. He takes a shot right into the gut of Molina for save number 7. Every time they kick it away, it seems to come right back. Now Rocha. Got 2 bodies to get by. He's just going to kick it into the corner, but nobody's there for New Bedford. Nice stop by Carter Barboza. Off on Durfee, it'll be a New Bedford throw-in. Jose Correas. Tried to get it to O'Leary, but had it taken away. Back comes Durfee on the far side of the field. He's got Borsicolt in front of the net. But Barros just could not turn it. 3:40 to go here in the half. That ball will go out of bounds, and we'll have a goal kick for New Bedford. Durfee keeping the pressure on here in the final 3 minutes of the half. Put it away by the Whalers out near midfield. Nice chest stop. Ball stayed in bounds initially, but was then kicked out off a Whaler. So a throw-in for the Hilltoppers. Nice stop by Kevin Herrera. That was Damas who turned it downfield for Durfee. Rocha sprinting down the field. Kick is the rebound and knocked away by the Whaler defense, as Molina was definitely getting some help there. See, Molina goes down, cannot control the rebound, and the defense steps up to make the save. Scoreboard clock is stopped now as we're under 2 minutes. It was Correa battling Michael O'Leary for the Whalers. Durfee ball. Evan Cavallo. Whalers trying to get it by Borsicolt. This is Rocha. He'll go cross field. Durfee comes away with it. Defense breaks it up. And cleared out by the Whalers. Herrera gets it ahead to Rocha. Down the near wing. Trying to get by now 3 Durfee bodies. That was over to O'Leary. Durfee clears it out. Back towards midfield. And out of bounds over near the benches. No score here in the first half between Durfee and New Bedford. Scoreboard may not show it, but I believe the advantage has gone to Durfee so far here in the first half. We'll see what kind of corrections John Massarocco looks to make at halftime. And that's the end of the first half. We have played 40 minutes of soccer here at New Bedford High School this afternoon, and there is still no score. We'll be back with second half action in just a bit.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
Touchdown! Oh, did you see that? Whoa, we scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
I'm gonna need that back.
No.
Kevin!
Second half action about to begin here at New Bedford High School. New Bedford and Durfee tied at 0-0. Shots on goal, Durfee had 10 in the first half. New Bedford only one. Only once were they able to challenge keeper Xavier Inacio. We've seen some good saves by Nelson Molina with help from his defense. Teams are about to come back on the field after switching sides. Other New Bedford High sports to tell you about. Girls soccer is playing at Durfee this afternoon. They will host Taunton Saturday morning at 10. Field hockey is at Durfee tomorrow night. That's Friday night. Volleyball will be hosting Durfee Friday night. And New Bedford High football this week. They play host to Brockton. That is a game scheduled for Saturday at 1 o'clock at Walsh Field. Although we understand they are expecting quite a bit of rain on Saturdays, so I'm not sure if that game will stay on the grass or move to the turf field over at Andre McCoy Stadium. For the Whalers boys soccer team, After the game today, they play again Saturday night. They host Greater New Bedford Voc Tech at 6. Tuesday the 23rd, then next week they're on the road all week. Tuesday the 23rd, they're at Brockton. They lost to the Boxers 2-0 on September 26th. New Bedford with only 3 losses on the year, one of those to the Brockton Boxers. On Thursday the 26th, they'll be at Barnstable, a team they tied 1-1 on the 19th of September. And they'll finish their regular season on Monday, the 30th, at Rockland, a team they beat 4-1 earlier this month. Now, as far as the power rankings, they will be updated tomorrow morning, but as of now, in boys soccer, Durfee is 36th in Division I. New Bedford is 38th. The top 32 teams advance in the playoffs. So we'll see what happens, see which team can help themselves in the rankings with a win today and improve their fate moving forward. These two teams did play in Fall River last month, and that ended in a 1-1 tie. Underway, we've switched sides. Durfee in the white, New Bedford in the red. And right away, Durfee with a shot that is deflected and goes wide. Poked away by the Whalers and a throw in for Durfee. We'll check the other power rankings for you with the teams that we cover here on New Bedford Cable Network. Pete Braley with you this afternoon. Thanks for joining us. As the Hilltoppers, who kept the pressure on New Bedford quite a bit in the first half, open up the same way. That's out of bounds, and the goal kick now. And as we saw happen a lot in the first half, the kick taken by Peixoto. Gets a boot downfield, and the Whalers trying to get to it, but slipping on the grass was a Whaler. Durfee now works it back. That kick sails high and out of bounds. As we said, checking the power rankings in boys soccer, Durfee 36, New Bedford 38. Greater New Bedford Voc Tech is 26th in Division 3. Bishop Stang 52 in Division 3. In girls soccer, Durfee is 24th in Division 1. New Bedford is 46th. Greater New Bedford Voc Tech 35th in D3, and Bishop Stang is 28th in Division 2. Again, the top 32 teams advance. Volleyball, good year for the Greater New Bedford Voc Tech Lady Bears. They are 9th in Division 3. Stang is 48th in D3. Durfee 46 in Division 1, New Bedford 48th. Field hockey, Stang is in the running. They are 25th in Division 2. New Bedford 35th in Division 1. And in football, a tough year for the teams we follow. New Bedford is 22nd in Division 1 with a record of 2-4. Durfee is 30th in Division 1. They're 1-5. Greater New Bedford Voc Tech 22nd in Division 4. Here's a chance for the Whalers. But a save and a clearing kick by Ignacio. And finally in football, who did I leave out? In the power rankings, Greater New Bedford Voc Tech 22 and Bishop Stang is 17th in Division 5. In football, the top 12 teams advance. Whalers with an opportunity here. This is O'Leary. Whalers with just one shot on goal in the first half. That was Selvin. Herrera for New Bedford. Over to Amaral. To Mejia. Hidaje Mejia. Rocha boots it into the bleachers. And it'll be a Durfee throw-in. 35 minutes left to go in the game. No score this afternoon. Playing this game on Thursday. As the sun dips, we've lost a little bit. It's 60 degrees now. Patrick Barros. Over to Borsico. And we'll have a New Bedford throw-in. Durfee right back at it. Barrow stopped that one from going out of bounds. Marquez. To Flores. And the whistle against Durfee. Peixoto downfield. Tempted header there by Rosa, but not sure if he got a piece of that or not. Ooh, Kevin Herrera comes up a little lame after slipping in the grass. That's poked away by Rosa, but now booted down by Damas. There's Diogo Tavares. Damas dishes it off, gets it back. His kick cross field is going to go out on New Bedford, I believe. Marquez throws it in for Durfee. Patrick Barros trying to get some open real estate. He was defended by Rosa. Matthew Almeida boots it into the corner. And New Bedford throw-in. Goes back to Herrera, who seems to be okay after coming up lame after slipping in the grass. Whistle against Durfee, so a free kick for the Whalers. Line drive kick. We are scoreless with 31:20 to go in the game. Herrera has it poked away by Durfee. Nicholas Rosa was open, but he was offsides, as he had got behind of Marquez. Marquez, the junior. Ball stays in the New Bedford end. Kept in bounds and turned around by the Whalers. But Durfee has been persistent today. Thomas kicks it cross field. Chased down by Mejia for New Bedford. And Idahai Mejia with the free kick. Teams battling far side of the field. Whistle against New Bedford sets up a free kick for Durfee. Might be Korea taking the kick. In front of the net. Kicked away by New Bedford. Coming right back is Marquez. Chased down by Moniz. Marquez. Oh, but throw in by Mejia. Header by Rosa. Back comes Durfee. Into the corner for Patrick Barros. Nicholas Rosa gets it ahead. And the Whalers bring it downfield. Stolen by Durfee. It'll be a Durfee throw-in. Marquez works it into the corner. Poked away by New Bedford. Carlance Jean-Pierre, who went out in the first half limping but appears to be okay now. Three Whalers. Jean-Pierre has his shot knocked down. It's Marquez. Almeida. Cleared up by New Bedford. Rosa for New Bedford. Calling for the ball for a throw-in. And the whistle will sound as we have some substitutions coming in. Looks like 2 for both sides. 25:40 to go in today's game. Still no score. Mejia takes the throw in. That to Peixoto. Poked away by Durfee. They've got a 3-on-2. Peixoto clears it out. Durfee once again applying the pressure here. Mejia up to Rosa. Tried to scoot that one ahead. That was Jean-Pierre. Carlin Jean-Pierre pokes it ahead. Rocha goes down, taken away by Durfee. Four on three. Player goes down, no whistle. Seemed to be a little confusion there, but Molina was finally able to tie it up, and now we can deal with the injured player. Appears to be number 15, Jose Correas. He'll stay in the game. Molina rolls it out. Now a foot race for the Whalers, but Inacio covers it up for Durfee. 23 minutes left to play in the game. And still no score. Durfee has had their chances. But excellent goalkeeping by Nelson Molina with help from his defense. Durfee the throw-in from the far side. Cavadamas just dumped it off for Durfee, but there was nobody there. And a push by the Hilltoppers. We'll give New Bedford a free kick. Rocha went a little too fast. Referee called that one, and we have a yellow card against Durfee. It looks like Gilberto Correa picks up a yellow card here at 21:56. So a free kick for the Whalers after a yellow card to Correa. Sends him off. There's Mejia with a free kick. Whistle against New Bedford. And Durfee now with a free kick. That was Rikwiak. Kick toward the sideline, out of bounds. And a throw in by Sokol. This is Barrows working in the corner. Out to Damas, who has it blocked. Back to Damas. Durfee keeps it in. Out of bounds and a New Bedford throw in. Damas. That kick is wide left. And a goal kick taken by Captain Gabriel Pachordo, one of the 3 captains for the Whalers. Kick just past midfield. That pass picked off by Marquez. Pass ahead for Rosa, but poked away by Almeida. And Nicholas Rosa with a throw in for New Bedford. Give and go with Jean-Pierre. Mejia. And a throw in for Durfee. Call against New Bedford sets up a free kick for Durfee, and this will be Marquez, the junior, taking the kick. 18:50 to go in the game. Kick towards the net, headed away by New Bedford. Borsico. This is Rocha for New Bedford, one of the other captains. Marquez changing direction a few times. And Xavier Inacio coming out to make the save. Pass ahead for Durfee. Collision. And a whistle against Durfee. It's a free kick for New Bedford. Rosa is upended, but a throw in for the Whalers. Mejia to Rosa. Tries to turn it, but booted out by Sokol. Whistle blows as each team brings in one substitute. New Bedford bringing in, looks like Hernandez. Mejia with the throw in to Jean-Pierre. Rocha sends it, but it's picked off, intercepted by Inacio. Booted away by Rocha of New Bedford. And the whistle sounds. It'll come back for a New Bedford free kick. 15:45 left to go in tonight's game. Shoto. This is Mejia. Over to Jean-Pierre. Jean-Pierre has it taken away by Barros. Going down for Durfee was sophomore Cava Damas. Referee calling timeout. Notice a referee with his hand up. The trainer cannot come on the field until the referee calls for them. So I'm not sure if he was signaling the training staff. But he did put his hand up. The trainer is yet to come out. And Damas walks it off. Just over 15 minutes to play here. Neither team has been able to find the net. But Durfee has certainly been putting the pressure on New Bedford this afternoon. Again, these teams played to a 1-1 tie last month in Fall River. This is Marquez. Jean-Pierre boots it downfield. Coming out is Inacio to kick it away. Dangerous move as he was out of the net as New Bedford took control. Durfee player goes down, but no call. And again, that might be Damas holding that ankle. Jean-Pierre along the near sideline. Guardado. Time is stopped at 13:48. As I believe that's still Damas for Durfee. He went down a few minutes ago and was having his right ankle looked at. Now the New Bedford trainer is out on the field. So we have an injury timeout here. Again, a look at the upcoming schedule for the Whalers. They have a game Saturday night at 6 as they play their crosstown rivals, the Greater New Bedford Voc-Tech Bears. Then next Tuesday, the 23rd, they're in Brockton. Thursday, the 26th, in Barnstable. They wrap up the regular part of their schedule on Monday, the 30th, at Rockland. Then we look at the brackets. Correction, that was Evan Cavallo, the injured hilltopper. He's being helped off the field by the trainer. For Durfee, they are off until Tuesday when they host Bridgewater Raynham, a team they beat 7-0 back on the 26th of September. On Thursday, the 26th, they host Fairhaven, and then they wrap up their regular season Saturday, the 28th, at Taunton. They will have probably 3 more games at least, but after the 28th is when we look at the brackets that come out. Everything depends on the power rankings. Free kick for New Bedford toward the net, stop by Ignacio. Easy stop for the Durfee netminder. And the first shot on goal this half for the Whalers. Durfee also only has 1 this half. Durfee on the sideline. This is Ferreira. Now a throw in for the Hilltoppers. And a timeout called. So 12:39 left to go here this afternoon. And again, no score between Durfee and New Bedford. New Bedford 6-3-4 on the season. They're in second place in the SEC at 4-1-1. But it'll be tough to catch up to Brockton, who is 6-1 in the conference. Durfee 6-3-3. They are 2-2-2 in the conference. We mentioned how Jonathan Darling did a piece for the Standard Times talking about how the New Bedford boys seem to be peaking at the right time. They started off slow, but they haven't lost since September 26th when they lost to Brockton by a score of 2-0. Since then, they've had 4 wins and 2 ties. Carlence Jean-Pierre, playing his first year of high school soccer. Not that he's a novice to the sport. Coach Masarako says he is very mature for his age, but his first year in his sophomore year of high school soccer. And Coach Masarako claiming that the defense has been unbelievable all year for the Whalers. And they've put in a good effort today as well. "12 minutes left to go in a scoreless battle. Chris Gonzalez. Oh, pass just behind Troy Rocha. To get it is Molina. Boots it out past midfield. Rocha being harassed by Flores. This is Damas, who's tripped up and goes down. And that'll be a whistle against New Bedford. So a free kick opportunity for the Hilltoppers to be taken by Gilberto Correa. Senior picked up a yellow card earlier in this half. Knocked away by New Bedford, back to Correa. Kicks wide of the nets. And we'll have a goal kick for New Bedford. Kick once again to be taken by Gabriel Peixoto. Rocha. A correction. A kick high over the nets for the Whalers, and a goal kick for Durfee now. .9:45 left to go. Patrick Barros kicks it ahead, but Molina is there to pick it up. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Whalers. No. Actually, a free kick for the Whalers. Peixoto kicks it downfield, but back and forth. Whalers have it taken away on the far side. Whistle against New Bedford. It's over to Marquez. And kicked out of bounds by Gonçalves. 8 minutes to play. In today's battle between Durfee and New Bedford High School. Durfee leading in shots on goal, 11-2. But the scoreboard says 0-0. Corner kick. Couple of headers, and it goes over the nets. Durfee has also led in the corner kick game, having 5 this afternoon. New Bedford yet to have a corner kick. Goal kick now by Gabriel Peixoto. You see him standing there next to Nelson Molina. He's been busy on defense today. Headed back into the zone by Durfee's Bogan. And New Bedford's defense turns it around again. Rocha has it taken away. Damas tries to kick it ahead into New Bedford bodies. Barrows has his shot blocked. That'll go out of bounds and a throw in for Durfee. It's 6:10 left to play. See Durfee directing traffic there. Taken away by the Whalers. Pass ahead. Whalers with an opportunity, but could not get a clean shot off. Saved by Inacio. Kicks it downfield. Really the first opportunity of the half for the Whalers there. Free kick for Durfee. Correction, free kick for New Bedford, as the whistle was against Durfee. Seems to be some discussion near the benches as to where they want the ball placed. Booted right off a Durfee player, and New Bedford will inbound again. .405 to go in the game. Pass ahead to Rosa. Turns the corner, but has it taken away. Evan Cavallo. Ahead to Borsico. Centers it. Poked away by Rocha, who's all over this field today for New Bedford. It'll be a throw-in for Durfee. Clock going with 3:20 left. Centering kick picked up by Molina. And yet another corner kick for Durfee. This is the 6th of the game. Molina got a piece of that. Durfee chases it down. That's Borsicalt. Header by the Whalers to knock it away. Throw into Tavares. Kick ahead by the Whalers. In the corner. Centering pass was disrupted by Durfee. That was Godado back to Rocha. Tavares. Cleared on by Durfee, and the Whalers try again. We're in stoppage time now. The clock is stopped at 3 minutes. Centering pass. It's up in the air. Durfee finds a way to clear it out. Mejia to Guardado. Jean-Pierre has it taken away. There's Tavares. Off to Jean-Pierre. Tavares. To Herrera. Can't get the angle he wants. Into the corner. That's Rosa. Durfee attempts to clear it out again. Rocha. Herrera. Kevin Herrera could not get through the Durfee defense. And we have a player down. It appears to be Peixoto, who's had a very busy afternoon on defense. And there's seems to be some confusion as to whether or not we're done here. I did hear the whistle blow twice. Coaches have come out to congratulate goalies. And I guess that's the ball game. So New Bedford and Durfee, who tied at 1 back in Fall River, have now tied at 0-0 here in New Bedford today. A lot of pressure put on by the Durfee Hilltoppers. The defense of New Bedford stood strong, and we walk away with a 0-0 tie. That'll do it for this afternoon's game from New Bedford High School. Thanks to our crew behind the scenes. Once again, the final score, Durfee and New Bedford tie at 0-0. I'm Pete Braley. Have a good night.